I'm having trouble uploading to YouTube this morning. I think it's the subject matter. Even it's a little. Well, you can listen to it if you care. I've got a bunch of YouTubes, but I want to say this: I'm having to leave where I'm at now. I've been here a little over 2 weeks, and this is political. I'm allergic to chemicals. I can get by just fine as long as I'm not enclosed. Like I said, it was political. I've been force-fed them. Where I live, and I'm run from one place to the other, and I've quoted retired Virginia State Trooper Carl Barton, his wife. He was host at Roanoke Mountain before it closed campground, and I was up there when I've been run from place to place. They used formaldehyde up there, and I even had fuel poured on my North Face tent in the middle of the night with me in it. I was brought down to Corporate Suites off Starkey Road in Roanoke, and his wife brought me down, and she told me this is how we run you and make you move with chemicals. Well, there's another way they do that, too. If I try to tell it, then I'm accused of being, that's nuts. In other words, you infer something, and people will pick up on it if it's law enforcement telling them. But I want to make this clear. Agencies of the government or agencies are run by people. They had a choice. And they chose to keep their jobs or do things to me to keep their kids from being hurt or charged in crimes, etc. You can understand. And like at motels where I've been made to stay in cheap ones all the time, just about. I've been in Section 8, and that's government. And I'm going to say Reverend, he was a black Reverend Moore out of Washington, North Carolina. He's got a whole bunch of Section 8, low-income elderly. And that's your government agency. So anyway, you would have to see, and I've put it up and documented some of it on YouTube. I want to get to this, and they did the same thing. They run me, made me look like I broke a lease. They leave out the part about what they're doing to me and my health, and it's conspiracy, and this is assault with intent. So I'm going to jump to this. I have gone over the years. I've tried to leave. I've gone to North Creek Campground. That's what I'm trying to put up here now. And this is run, it's Jefferson National Forest in Arcadia. And it's run by, your forest rangers come out there and oversee it by the Agriculture Department. I said that. And I've gone there over the years, and it costs me, when I have the money, to get a cab quite a bit. And most of the time, up until recently, I didn't even have the gear and stuff to take. But I go out there, and it's a clan. The people do not want the truth told. It's the circumstances. I'm going to mention this name again, and I'm going out there if I can get out there today because I don't have anywhere else to go. His name's Archie, and he was host many years out there, several, and formaldehyde was deliberately burned. People come in there, locals, and they were handed out the wood that was drenched in formaldehyde and God knows what else. I had his last name, I'm not going to say it because it's the name of a FBI agent who I liked out of Atlanta. So I don't know if they were related or not. But he came up there a couple of years ago after they had drenched me in it, and he said that he picked up one of the logs, and I don't know if he took it with him or not, but he said to me, and I hadn't even said anything to him. Everybody had left except him and one other guy came in, and he said it was formaldehyde. Well, I know it is. My body reacts. You should see what happens to me when I inhale it. So evidently, it doesn't affect other people. I'm allergic to chemicals, and that's how they run me. My immune system attacks itself, and like I say, if it's in close quarters, and look at this. If you've got your air conditioning rigged where it's got mold and mildew and God knows what else in it, other than the toxic fumes, you can imagine over the years my body organs are gone. the inflammation. I wanted to get back to, I'm going out there now, and people will say, well, why are you going again if you try to tell it? Most people around here know it, and they don't want to get involved. And I put all this names up on the YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I go out there, and it's a nightmare. I'm hoping to be able to breathe and at least be out there for a few days and recuperate. Well, last time it was worse than ever. I went a month ago. It was cold and raining, and you have to see what was done to me to make me run out there. And the people out there had a motorhome, home on wheels. I bet you it was 200,000 or more. And there was nobody out there. It was too cold, too raining. The creek was afraid it was going to overflow, except me and them. And there was a guy across from them in a motorhome. And I think there were some hunters that came in. They only stayed a couple of nights. My point is, they burned the formaldehyde several nights. They come out and sprayed my tent the last couple of nights to where I became so dizzy that I was about to throw up, disoriented, and I had to be brought back. I had the money, though, to go to a motel and recuperate for a couple of nights before the whole thing starts all over again. So the fact that North Creek Campground and Roanoke Mountain, that's a National Park Service, you get agencies involved in this because people chose to keep their jobs. They were afraid of getting their bank accounts stopped. And the motels, I've been told, they had their water cut off. They had electricity cut off, et cetera, et cetera. And the people that own it have broken the law and have something to hide. But that's what I wanted to put up here, because during the last years, I was kidnapped and brought here in 41, and I didn't know about it until 83. I was flown out to Flint, and I'm saying that because I put an endorsement by Mr. Flint when I was out there. I ran for U.S. Congress, and he was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, when I was doing a book about mind control. So you get into that, murders, and then the fact of who I am, and I was kidnapped and brought to this country, given another name. I have been tortured, but I wanted to say this. In 86, I came up here just to have a place to get off the side of the road. My job's blocked. I had things done to me. I'd worked for the district attorney in 80 in Huntsville, for God's sakes, in a horrible condition. So anyway, in 86 I came here, and I have run from place to place and walked. I can't walk anymore. I have frozen on the Appalachian Trail. I have had the paper. Back then it was Roanoke Times, owned by somebody else. Now then it's owned by, I believe he's a British gentleman or Canadian. And I don't know, I keep hoping somebody will tell the truth, because the media all knew it. They knew about my kidnapping before I did. So, I mean, you know, you have to get these people arrested. The law has to work for me. And to put formaldehyde, and that's putting it mildly, the things I've had to inhale. But this, and I'm telling this because I'm going out there again, and I've almost died. And because I have no other place to go. And I'm going to say this, Eric, which was probably the best of the lot of the Rangers, but they've arrested me 3 or 4 different times, but you have to know it's in conjunction with what? With the Oklahoma City bombing. Timothy McVeigh, who had a chip, he was programmed. He's dead. The Waco. So you have to go back and get the dates and stuff, because it was deliberately done. But I was actually put in jail, stayed, could have gotten the 6 months at one time by Judge Wilson, because nobody will tell the truth in this. But they charged me with where I had to pay for, like, living in the forest, all right? And yet, the law enforcement, I'm going to say this because the video will go out, and I'm not sure it's going to go up again, because I'm having trouble today of all days. When I was there last month, one of the guys' names was mentioned to me, and he and his wife showed up with and there's nobody out there, remember I told that, except the guy, the people that